Sneakers can get really repetitive, and I think a lot of us are afraid to admit that because a lot of our personal identity and value is tied into sneakers. But I'm going to be the first to admit I am burnt out with sneakers, sneaker culture, sneaker resale, and I'm just over it. I'll be honest with you guys. I love sneakers. I love fashion. I love what it does for our self-esteem and our image, but the idea of being obsessed with these personal items has gone kind of drab to me, guys. I mean, back in 2022, I feel like sneaker culture was in its peak. Yeezys were dropping like crazy. We got so many new Jordan colorways. Everything felt kind of new and fresh. And then over the course of last year, I just kind of got overwhelmed with the options that you have with sneakers. Maybe it's because that sneakers got too expensive. Maybe it's because replica sneakers got more accessible. Maybe it's because we changed the trends. We went with dad shoes, we went with Asics and New Balances. But all these things combined into just one point that the burnout is very real. We have gone to a point where we're underwhelmed by the grails. Look at Travis Scott releases. We're just like, it's another one. It's another Jordan 1. We know what to expect. We're going to take L's. People are going to buy. People are going to scalp. There's other ways to get them. The enthusiasm that we have with sneakers has kind of just disappeared. And I think it's part of this idea and this need to reframe our thoughts that surround fashion, that surround culture, and surround what it means to be an individual. I have personally reached a point in my growth and my development to where I've kind of transcended sneakers and fashion. Like, I've always said that fashion is a representation of self-expression, your self-worth, how you feel about yourself and how you want to express your personality. The whole point of this channel was to help people find the best ways to express themselves, deal with their thoughts, and be the best version of themselves. And I use sneakers as a tool, a gateway to get to that point. And honestly, I hate to say it, no pun intended, but the steps I take with sneakers has come to an end, honestly. And I feel like a lot of you guys are in the same boat. You're tired of watching the videos about what sneakers to buy, what's coming out, what's new. You don't have the money to buy sneakers. You have enough sneakers in your collection, and it's getting to a point where you have seen that this is cyclical. And this isn't just a typical video about sneaker trends. I'm being very honest. My passion has kind of turned into a burden. But through the burden, I found a blessing, and I know where I want to take things next. But let's look at sneaker culture as a whole. Sneaker culture can be very intense. You have diversifying opinions. You got one person over here telling you that this outfit is ugly. Then you have another person telling you that you should be wearing those sneakers. And oftentimes, yes, I've been that person. I have been the representation of those intrusive thoughts. I have satirically played a role in many of my videos where I tell you don't wear this or I make fun of that. But that was honestly a representation of sneaker and fashion culture as a whole, right? A lot of the times you hear very contradictory opinions about who you should be, how you should dress, the best way to express yourself, what to buy, what you shouldn't buy, what you shouldn't wear, when to wear, how to wear it. If you don't know about this, you don't know about that, don't open your mouth. You need to keep your mouth closed. If you're not going to these events, if you weren't born this year, this time, you can't talk about sneakers. You're a baby, you're an unk, you're an old head. There are so many labels that come with just wearing a pair of shoes. It makes you want to just take them off. It makes you want to stay away from the space. And I've gotten to that point where there's so many diversifying opinions that you could say about sneakers, but at the end of the day, there's only two things you can say, like it or don't. And it's gone to a point where opinions don't really elevate anybody, guys. I mean, the only opinion that matters is the one that you have about yourself. And the only opinions that hold value are the people you care about. And I've gone to a point where I don't care about sneakers that much. I love them. I want to continue to collect them, but I don't feel like it's a good way for me to elevate myself. And I feel like a lot of people have gotten to that point. I think that's why sneaker resale is failing at this point. There are other ways to elevate yourself as an individual besides the brands that you wear. And I think we've also seen a shift. We're not really tying our identity and our self-worth to these brands. There's something bigger at play here, guys. In 2024 and going into 2025, there's a shift. Companies are trying to release more old grails to win us back, but I think a good chunk of us are just tired. We just want to wear things to look good and really focus on our self-image. Because the bigger issue outside of sneakers is burnout in life in general. A lot of people go through so many hurdles just to get the clothes and the sneakers that they wear. They work two jobs, they're in college, they're trying to do better. They got the pressures from their family, their parents, all these things that weigh on us. But we're just so focused on the materialistic idea of having the sneaker. That's the only thing that we ever focus on. When we talk about shoes, we talk about how much you could sell it for, what happened in history so this sneaker was made, the comfortability of it. But we never talk about the struggles and the burdens that it takes to get the pair of sneaker, or the struggles and burdens that you have to go through when you're deciding how you're going to wear the sneaker, and the conversations that you have to have when you look in the mirror and see that you don't like this outfit, but you spent so much money on the sneaker, so you force yourself to wear the sneaker. There are so many thoughts that come to our head, and we think we could solve these thoughts with sneakers, right? A lot of y'all are dealing with broken relationships. A lot of us are dealing with burnout from work, burnout from our friends, burnout from the demands that life just places on us, that sneakers often serve as an escape. But it's important in life, when you try to escape, you also look at the ways that you can mentally reset. And that's what I've done. This whole video was an epiphany that I came to. A lot of life realizations have happened, probably with you as well, to where I've realized, you know what? There's something bigger at play here with FitsByFree, with the whole channel. And I have decided that this will be a turning point for me and the channel and everything involved with it. I have decided that I'm going to continue the growth of this channel and start talking about the importance of self-image. And yes, sneakers and fashion are included in self-image, but there's also mindset and thoughtfulness that is included in your self-image. And I just want to help you frame your thoughts in the best way to where you have the best version of yourself appearing at all times, guys. This channel will now be known as Self-Image Essentials with FitsByFree, of course. This is a growing point in our channel because I feel like we've gotten to the point now where we know what sneakers to wear, we know how to wear them, we know what to do with them, but the idea of talking about what's happening with sneaker resale and what sneakers are releasing and dead trends, it's really burning me out. It's draining my battery. My mental is not there. I just don't even want to release videos sometimes, even though I'm consistent with it. It's just like I'm sitting here saying the same thing, and I don't feel like it's elevating anybody. But soon you guys will see that there's going to be different topics on the channel about healthy habits that you can use to improve your fashion, ways that you can improve your thoughts and your self-confidence, because honestly, a lot of this starts up here in your head. And I want to start focusing more on mental health and fashion than just fashion trends, because the trends always change. The trends are played out, but your mindset is something that you can develop and it will help you out for years and years to come. And that's always been at the heart of what I do. When I used to be known as Free Your Canvas, that was the whole point. I would talk about my artwork, talk about how it has impacted me and the message behind it. And I'm really getting back to my roots now, guys. This was the plan all along. To be honest with you, I wanted to get to this point. I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't know when the right step was. I was waiting for all these sneaker resale videos to pop off and to do something, but I think they're not doing what they need to do for a reason. And the reason is that there's a change that needs to occur. There's a message that needs to be spread. And honestly, the burnout is real. I'm sure you're experiencing it too. Many of y'all just don't care. You're tired of seeing the same sneaker review videos because you can't afford the sneaker anyway. The burnout is everywhere, is evident in the culture. So today marks a new chapter for the channel, and I encourage you in the comment section, talk to me about burnout you're experiencing in your own life, whether it's related to sneakers or fashion or something personal. Talk to me about it. And I encourage you guys to press the subscribe button because we're going to be talking about personal growth, self-development, and self-image, all the things related to your mindset, whether it be your physical appearance, how you do skincare and self-care, or maybe it's just about the way you frame your thoughts. I appreciate you guys for following me, supporting the channel, and this is a new day and age, Self-Image Essentials.